Why did you stop using marijuana?
Well, yeah, so I appreciate you asking me that. I like sharing about that. I was raised in a Protestant home with Judeo-Christian values, but from the heart, I didn't really embrace Jesus. Didn't find him as the compellingly wonderful person that he is, and so by the age of 18, I had filled my life with all kinds of other ways to satisfy myself. And one of those ways was smoking marijuana. And I was a daily user by the age of 18, had been smoking for a number of years. And then something changed. In considering the victory of Jesus over sin and death and his life, death, and resurrection, and considering how he offered to sinners like me his righteousness, he became compellingly, awesomely beautiful to me. And the blinders of my heart came off, and I saw Jesus for who he is. Though I saw him through a glass dimly, I knew that my new end game was seeing him face to face, and marijuana was counterproductive to my goal to experiencing and knowing the reality of Jesus. There is a call in Scripture to be sober-minded, to experience reality as it is. The truth of the matter is none of us see things as they actually are in its fullness. If we knew the glory of God in his fullness, we would live our lives differently. We would speak differently. We would think different thoughts. And so our lives as Christians are on the path to getting there, experiencing reality as it really is, and not going to the way of becoming more distorted and seeing things in a more distorted way.
Was it hard for you to stop smoking marijuana?
It was at first. There was a number of months when I first came to the Lord where it was really difficult. And for me, there was a moment when it got decisively easier. I felt like there was a miraculous intervention in my life that really, where I had deliverance over my addictions. And so that's how God worked in my life to bring me out of that.
So in Canada, we have the highest per capita rate of teens using marijuana. Give us your advice.
Yeah, my concern is I think a lot of times we tend to give pat answers to questions. And if we're going to look in the Bible for just the chapter and verse where it says, do not smoke marijuana, we're going to look in vain to find it. On the other hand, I think there are a lot of people that want to justify marijuana use because they like the euphoric feeling it gives them and the way that it distorts or brings them escape to reality. And the Bible clearly forbids that kind of way with dealing with our problems. And instead, it calls us to gain perspective on reality and who God really is and to seeing our problems and difficulties in that light.